America's first kindergarten wasn't American, it was German. She arrived in Wisconsin as a young German immigrant carrying more books than money, and more ideals than anyone around her understood. Margarethe Schurz believed that a child's mind was not something to control, but something to bloom. Gently, like a garden. Most Americans didn't even have a word for that idea, but in Germany they did. Kindergarten, a children's garden, a place to grow, not to drill. In 1856, in the small town of Watertown, she opened the first kindergarten in the United States, teaching immigrant children in German, using songs, movement, and play as tools for learning. Parents were skeptical until they saw their children run home singing letters, shapes, and stories, instead of dreading their lessons. Her little classroom was so joyful that even skeptics stood outside the windows, listening to laughter they hadn't heard in schools before, but the part almost no one knows. One of Margarethe's early visitors was Elizabeth Peabody, who was so inspired she spread the kindergarten idea to Boston and then across the entire country. Schurz didn't build a system, she lit a fuse. From a borrowed room in Wisconsin, her German children's garden grew into a national movement that reshaped American childhood, how students learned letters and songs. But she taught the country something deeper, that children deserve gentleness and imagination. Margarethe Schurz never asked to be remembered, but every kindergarten classroom in America is her legacy. And it all began with one immigrant mother, one room, and one belief, that learning should feel like growing. Every kindergarten smile today carries a trace of her courage. Subscribe to honor the ones who changed the future with kindness.